I pulled 1073 of the biggest hits from last month to find out why some channels exploded while others just took a big L. And this month's study got pretty dark. We found a bunch of nasty channels brute forcing the algorithm with what I call human slop. Pure brain rot. But at the same time, some dude hatching eggs in his backyard somehow managed to outperform Mr. Beast.
But it didn't take long until the very first quail are beginning to hatch.
Yeah, eggs. I really wanted to make this video because when views drop, most creators just blame the algorithm, bad thumbnails, or retention. But the real reason is simple. It's just because you're not following the market. And the market just moved on without you. So today we are going to break down the best and worst outliers of this month so that you can catch up to the market. And by the end I will share with you 15 breakout channels that you have probably never heard of that are quietly printing views. But before we get to the first part of the video with the most viral topic of the month, let's get this human slop thing out of the way. When we pulled all the videos buried in there, we found of course the well-known and documented AI slop.
Mommy, can I use your makeup too?
No, sweetie, you're still too little.
But I was also very surprised to see how disgusting the human stuff was.
Aku sudah tidak sabar. Wah, enak sekali.
And the scariest part is that this stuff hit our list as big outlier. Like this video was even the biggest outlier of the whole 1000 plus videos we had. And not because the viewers love it, but because I think the algorithm is drowning. Think about it. Now anyone with a laptop and some GPUs can vomit 100 videos a day. So even if the algorithm keeps getting smarter, it's like having a dam that was built for a river to block an entire ocean. The system just cannot filter all the trash content anymore. And this is not only a problem for the viewers that end up watching this crap. For creators, that changes the whole game. I mean, old, strong channels will still get pushed to their existing audience, but their reach to new viewers is getting cut harder and harder every week. And the new channels trying to enter the game? Whew. So what do you do as a creator? Well, like I said, the best thing is to treat YouTube like a real market. That's why there's no such thing as cracking the algorithm. No. Once you understand the core rules of making content, then you should focus on learning how to analyze emerging behaviors, keep following that every month to increase your probability of going viral, to increase your probability of beating the market. For example, you could use the data that I'm sharing in this very video to spot a gap in the market. Then, and that's the most important part, you should put a stupid amount of effort into making videos that are actually rare to find for the audience. Because when the whole feed turns into mud, anything that feels intentional, crafted, human will start to feel like a cheat code again. Okay, rant over. Now let's talk about what actually worked in terms of topic this month before we dive into the big hits and the biggest flops of the month. Also, quick shout out to Wono. By the way, a lot of this YouTube market stuff is coming directly from his brain. I'm a huge fan of his work, so please go check him out on Twitter after this. Okay, let's talk about the main trends that kept popping in the data. Top of the list this month, we have K-pop Demon Hunters. We found 53 videos with more than 1 million views, mentioning it in the title. The movie dropped back in June. It was #1 on Netflix for weeks. The soundtrack was #1 on the music charts for weeks as well. But even 4 months later, people are still watching it non-stop on YouTube. If you heard about it but don't know exactly what it is, well, the title tells you everything. K-pop idols who hunt demons. Kind of Buffy, Charmed meets K-pop and Spider-Verse type shit. But to be fair, surprisingly, Even though it's produced by Sony, it actually feels like Korean K-pop experts did the thing. Like it was a legit representation of what the K-pop culture is. It had also great music, great choreos, great outfits, even food. So from a YouTube market POV, there's room for any creator to just jump on the trend.
Today I'm recreating K-pop Demon Hunters in Legos.
This is the Rumi from K-pop Demon Hunters look that I was going for, and this is what I got. Can I get the mic a little higher?
Another big trend last month was these two Roblox games, Still a Brain Rot and 99 Nights, but I'm not really an expert in the gaming stuff. So to talk about it, I invited Belinda Erkan, a fellow YouTube strategist and creator who has a channel dedicated to investigating gaming stuff. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
What do you think made these two games so popular on YouTube?
It's just blowing out of proportion in terms of concurrent players. I think Steal a Brain Rot had 25 million concurrent players. Just to give you an example, Fortnite at their peak had maximum 15 million concurrent players. That says a lot about what our kids are doing these days.
All right, all brain rots are meeting each other, starting with No My Examine and Job Sahar. I just got killed by Job Sahar.
Oh, Job just hit you.
I think Steal a Brain Rot is a game that steals attention from somewhere else. You know, you talk a lot about markets on YouTube, right? YouTube is basically just it's a marketplace, and there are always like markets coming up, and one emerging market was or is brain rot, especially this year, especially Italian brain rot. It's an emerging market, right? Italian brain rot grew the loudest on TikTok. Kids love it. They consume it like we consume air, and that's what they did. They rerouted the attention that was on TikTok to their own platform.
And what about YouTube? Like, what is this content we see on YouTube that makes so much views?
You already know there are 25 million kids playing that game. And every Saturday, you know, there are 15 million kids playing that game. So when they, on a Sunday morning, watch TV or watch their iPad, of course, they're going to click on that one thing that they are occupied with every day they come home from school. Namely, Steal a Brain Rot or 99 Nights.
Hello everyone, we are Crew! And we are building our dream base in 99 Nights.
99 Nights is also one of those things where they effectively combined markets that are already very, have a proven track record of going viral. Horror and co-op. And on Roblox, there was no such game before where you combined horror games that are usually played solo with co-op. And that game, 99 Nights, was also created by a creator who had already a proven track record of other successful games. So he had a trust score already. And that's why people are, you know, okay, we're done with this game. Let's try that game. And it's by the same creator who did that game. So let's check it out.
Okay, let's talk about the next trend. Halloween. 20 videos in total. And to be honest, kind of mid this year, outside of the Werewolf Halloween special from Smosh Games that did pretty solid.
Tonight we are playing One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
Most of the other stuff was like okay-ish or straight up flops. But yeah, I guess having the whole internet in costume mode isn't anymore the easy win you replicate every year. Next trend, AI. 17 videos, less videos, but way stronger outliers than Halloween. And I saw that AI worked the most when you attach big fear vibes and some disaster storyline into it.
By now, you've probably seen the headlines. An AI model blackmailed an employee just to avoid being shut down. Importantly, no one told it to do this.
Because I saw in the file some other creators try the AI fooled or AI dresses angle, but those type of videos don't hit as hard anymore. Okay, and now before we talk about the top outliers of the month, quick nerd moment on how I got these 1073 videos in my spreadsheet. Because you know, YouTube analytics doesn't exactly give you a show me what's working on the whole platform button. So I had to scrap everything with a tool called Mitalmar. The filter was actually pretty simple. Videos published after October 1st and with more than 1 million views. And guess what? If you want to check the full spreadsheet, it's right here. Don't even need to give me your credit card or even your email. Just take it. It's all right here or in the description. Okay, now what are the top 3 outliers of this month? Number 1, we have Fun TV. Bro, these guys are unstoppable. 7 million subscribers and they still managed to drop a video that did 30 times their usual views. And if you look at the video, this is pure chaos, zero plot, just raw reptile brain ADHD energy. And YouTube just somehow took this slop and ate it straight up. This is so painful to see this crap getting to the first place instead of creators that are really trying to impact the culture. Like number 2 of this week top outliers, Bob Does Sports. This one made way more sense. Golf plus 48 golf creators on a 3-hour event with Mr. Beast style packaging. I don't see how this couldn't have gone viral. So yeah, nothing revolutionary, just a simple strategy with a ridiculous amount of famous faces combined in one thumbnail. And next up we have Dr. Plants, and this one is my favorite because it proves how wild YouTube is.
Here is the world's biggest egg, and here is one of the smallest. I'm hatching 3 to see which one makes the best pet.
Simple premise. No Mr. Beast budget, no collab, just some eggs and some great storytelling and editing. But here's why it works so good in my opinion. The packaging is basically 3 cheat codes stacked together. First, the egg. It's kind of a mystery box when you think about it. You look at it and your brain goes, oh, what's inside? I wanna know. Then you combine this with the versus format, and inside the video we even have a great storytelling hack, the size progression. When you combine mystery box versus size progression, you basically get an idea that's strong enough to make people click with like zero hesitation. Okay, now let's talk about something even more interesting for me than the hits. Let's talk about the flops. I mean, relative flops. We are still talking about videos that hit the 1 million mark. But if you compare these videos' views to the previous videos on the same channel or to the subscriber count of the channel, the ratio is very, very low. Okay, so first flop, and this one shocked me, not gonna lie. Nick Di Giovanni. Can I turn a robot into a chef?
This is Neo, a humanoid robot that can walk your dog, fold your laundry, and even do your math homework. But when it comes to cooking, he's a disaster.
On paper, it should have been a good video. I mean, you double down and combine 2 formats that already smoked the internet in the past. The I Cooked Against Robot video that did 52 million last year, and the Can I Turn Mr. Beast into a Chef that did 45 million 4 months ago. So statistically, it should have been a guaranteed hit, but no. And to be honest, the more I looked into it, the more it made sense. First, the timing was very sus. Like, this was dropped the same week as the Neo robot thing was announced. And the thing is that instead of benefiting from the trend and the newsjacking, it might have impacted the video in a bad way. Because remember, the whole internet was clowning this company because people found out the demo was basically a dude remote controlling the robot. By the way, the top comment on Nick's video literally says,
"The guy remotely operating this robot seems so fun."
That's brutal. Second problem, the packaging is just... There's no stakes, no fear, no danger, no emotion. I don't know what the story is supposed to be here. And yeah, I get it. Maybe it was a brand deal and they couldn't show the robot failing or doing anything dangerous, but that's literally what makes these videos work. Imagine if they did, I tried to teach every robot to cook. Like, you compare all the robots available today in the market and you see which one is the best at cooking. Or even simpler, I let a robot take over my restaurant. Or I trusted a robot with a real knife in my kitchen. You dial the danger to 100%. But yeah, I mean, if it was sponsored, I get why they couldn't go in that direction. Brands hate danger. Okay, flop number 2, TD Bricks. Same issue as Nick, there's just no stakes. Lego plus creepy builds sounds cool on paper, especially for Halloween, but this thumbnail isn't scary at all. Not even remotely creepy. No fear, no tension, no mystery. Honestly, this video feels like, sorry, I had to publish something for Halloween. Voila. So yeah, the market didn't even blink. It did 0.2x the usual channel performance. Flop number 3, the Anazala family. Same story, they try to ride the Halloween train. The title says, I turned my house into a Halloween mansion. But then the thumbnail doesn't show the mansion. It doesn't show the transformation of the house. Doesn't show any struggle. No before and after of the house. Okay, so next up we have this Mark Rober video. If you look at view stats, you see that the video was originally packaged as Angry Birds IRL video with like a giant slingshot, big wooden structure, him holding the red bird and everything. But I don't know why they panicked after the launch and they completely changed the whole thing to I blew up a 24-story building. I mean, why not? But when you hear the first line of the intro,
this is the world's largest Angry Birds level!
And it makes almost zero sense to hear that after I blew up a 24-story building. In the first second, the promise of the video should be clear as day. And normally Mark does it really well. Squirrel maze.
This is a bird feeder, and everything to my left is my attempt at making it squirrel-proof.
Glitter bomb.
This guy took a package from my porch, and now he's about to open it in his car, but what he doesn't know is this is a custom-built bait package that is recording him on 4 different cameras, and it's about to unleash a pound of the world's finest glitter, along with some other surprises.
All super clear. This one feels like 2 videos glued into one with no real reason for them to be connected. So yeah, I mean, one flop changes nothing. Mark is still a monster on YouTube, not gonna lie. But this video is a perfect example of how tiny packaging mistakes can erase months of work in 24 hours. Flop number 5, Mr. Beast Gaming.
I challenge the biggest creators on YouTube to try to beat this game for $250,000.
This one is honestly the least mysterious flop of the whole list because I asked someone I know from his team and he said, yeah, we didn't even try on this one. It's a full sponsored video for a game. And once you know that, everything makes sense. Look at the thumbnail. Just Jimmy smiling next to a giant play button and a 250,000 slapped on top. It's giving mobile game ad from 2019 vibes. I mean, no hate, everyone does sponsored videos, but 0.4x outlier for a 50 million sub channel is basically the market saying, bro, we love you, but come on. Not this. Next up, we also have a lot of other outliers that I found really interesting. But yeah, I'm not gonna spend another 10 minutes unpackaging every single outlier one by one. So here it is. And if you love digging into long spreadsheets, you can still download the full report. And I also created a 15 slides PDF summary you can download at the same time. Okay, the 15 breakout channels I promised you in the intro. Remember? First channel, we have Projectionist. Dude basically turned depressing geopolitics into Netflix-level documentary.
Like the majority of the world, I found out about the Indonesian mass killings in 2013 when I saw the act of killing for the first time. I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that this is the greatest documentary I've ever seen.
Next, we have Shihan Quirkle. Sorry if I mispronounced. Only one upload, but he literally speedrun the smart commentary guy niche in like 30 days. Species documenting AGI, an AI channel that saw the AI disaster trend coming and took the wave like no one else.
What happened next was far worse. An AI model literally tried to murder a company employee to avoid being shut down. This is exactly the kind of scenario top AI scientists and yes, sci-fi films have been warning us about for years.
Lord Frogmire, gaming stuff, so I'm gonna let that one to Belinda.
This guy is taking a very familiar thing, Nintendo, Super Mario. It's good for kids and they have no negative stigma. They don't have any scandals. They don't do microtransactions. They're not evil. You know, Nintendo is not evil. And that guy took something very familiar and said, okay, I'm going to have contrarian views to what everybody else thinks about Nintendo or Zelda or the Switch 2. And then it goes against your belief and it creates a curiosity gap and you click on it because you want to close it, especially, of course, with kids. This works the best.
Pokemon Legends ZA has finally released. And is it worth it? Is it worth being the most expensive Pokemon game ever made? Well, I pushed myself to finish the game, and I can say pretty confidently, no, obviously not. We all knew it wouldn't be. Game Freak can't make a game worth $40, let alone the $550, yes, the number keeps going up, that the game actually costs to get the complete product.
Beyond the Blue, a faceless channel, but I like how you clearly see that once they figured out their winning packaging style, they just kept milking it again and again.
Let's take a trip back a long time ago. No, way further than that. You've just entered the prehistoric ocean, but instead of seeing little trilobites or primitive fish scurrying around, you're instead face to face with creatures way larger.
Rocky Laurel, Minecraft challenges again, Belinda?
Yes, here you go again. Minecraft. So saturated. Like, I would never ever trust myself or anybody else to enter and penetrate that market. So when I looked at that channel, I was like, okay, what is it that this person is doing that others are not doing? And then you look at Minecraft. What is Minecraft? It's a survival game, right? And this guy, he takes Minecraft and does not talk about survival whatsoever, but makes it a power fantasy. Like you see, it's I mastered, I became immortal, I obtained every god item. How do you call Kanye West with his god complex, right? So it's a thing. People want to be God. They want to be strong. They want to be the overarching, overpowering, omnipotent power in the universe. And that too is intrinsic to us humans. It's again a animalistic thing. It's something that can be exploited.
This armor grants whoever wears it godlike powers. From permanent potion effects to dealing crazy damage to even granting you 20 hearts. Whoever wore the set would be the server's strongest player. So I set out to steal the entire set and become the strongest.
Giblixy, I found this one interesting because it managed against all odds to keep getting views on a trend that I thought was completely oversaturated. Remember the whole "it sucks to be born as blah blah blah"? It was everywhere. Talking about an oversaturated faceless trend, next up we have Monkey Mind 101. It's basically self-help made funny with this whole monkey style and language that we see on many channels.
Monkey can play video games for 2 hours straight. Monkey can scroll through TokTik until his thumbs go numb. Monkey can binge an entire Netflix season and call it just one more episode. But ask Monkey to sit down and study for 30 minutes? Suddenly, Monkey acts like he's being tortured in the banana mines.
And I share it because I think it's a great example of how when the whole market is doing one thing, like for example, serious videos about finance or self-help, you can pop by just being contrary. That's why it's important to study the market in your niche specifically. Jay Diggs, this one has great video essays about music with great subjects and great packaging. Really love his stuff, but what's interesting though is that he was initially doing beat making tutorials on his channel and he decided to niche out of his format to get more traction, and it worked.
Sabrina Carpenter didn't just blow up overnight. This wasn't some lucky break or random viral moment. This was a long game. Planned, styled, tested, and released in perfect order.
Next up, AI in context, AI doom, but explained like a calm friend trying to stop you from investing in crypto. I really like the vibe.
The impact of superhuman AI over the next decade will exceed that of the Industrial Revolution. That is the opening claim of AI 2027. It is a thoroughly researched report from a thoroughly impressive group of researchers, led by Daniel Coccatello.
Antonio Off-Grid, giga cozy wilderness survival stuff that makes you want to quit your job and go live in the wild. Vrampo, Minecraft horror channel.
He took something familiar, Minecraft, put a new spin on it, VR, and does all of this in a market that you know is already very popular, horror games. Plus, challenges. It's like just taking existing things and combining them.
And we see also a huge transition from the 1 month ago when he started this packaging with his face, where we see his eyes on the VR thing, and this kind of really lo-fi type of thumbnails. I think it has to do something with the thumbnails.
Holy crap. My door. Close it.
Bricktoons Recreation. This Lego channel is borderline human slob, but I thought it was interesting to see how they leverage trends like K-pop demon hunters to get outliers. Beck Blocks, Roblox hyper progression thumbnail scientifically engineered for giving you that dopamine shot your brain is always craving.
Today I'll be going from 0 to 100 trillion, but after each rebirth my brain rots grow up, and if I don't hit 100 trillion in the next 24 hours, I have to give someone who subscribes right now with this strawberry elephant, and we'll be spinning the wheel to see what baby brain rot we start with. So here we go, bro. Give us something good.
Riley Marbles. This one was very odd to me, so I wanted to share it with you. It's kind of like ASMR. I just don't understand why humans like this crap, but somehow it just keeps on printing views on repeat. And last but not least, this very channel, the Outlier Hunt. I'm not saying it's a breakout channel yet, but the algorithm is watching you finish this video like,
interesting, strong retention, loyal viewer detected.
So hopefully next month when you see my channel on this slide, bro, it's you. You did that. So yeah, thank you in advance and see you next month.